Commander Nation, let's get real. We've been talking about Ben Johnson's system in Detroit. Now he's in Chicago. David Blough's worked under that man. But the question we got to answer, is the Commander roster actually up to par? Do we have the pieces to run this David Blough offense? Are we building a Ferrari just to put a lawnmower engine in it? Or did Adam Peters quietly hand David Blough the keys to a powerhouse? Because today we're not just talking scheme. We doing a roster audit. Lions, Bears, Commanders, oh my. Bucket by bucket. Quarterback, receivers, tight ends, backfield, offensive line. And when you line it all up, this thing starts to look a little different, young. Because Detroit had the system. Chicago has the coach. But Washington has something neither one of them had. Lisan Al-Gaid, Jayden motherfucking Daniels. Let's get right into it. Now, what I'm talking about is a team, an offensive scheme that led the league in scoring, gave his man his name back, turned Jared Goff into Jared Goff and into an MVP candidate, made Amon-Ra St. Brown a superstar, made two running backs, two of them relevant at the same time, got one of them paid a biggie bag in the offseason, about to get another one paid another biggie bag. And now Chicago got the man himself, Ben Johnson. That system. He got Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze, Luther Burden III, Colston Loveland. The media loves this team. Media loves them. Cover him mad and shout you out, Caleb. I see you, boy. But here's what they missing, young. David Blough was in that building. He ain't just studied the system, and he lived it. He watched Ben Johnson build it, install it, adjust it, and dominate with it. And now here in Washington, the question is not just, can David Blough call plays? The real question is, did Adam Peters give him the right pieces? And that's what we're auditing today. And there's a couple specific players, a couple secret weapons we done covered on this channel and who become focal points, especially when you think about the seam attack, zone beaters and things like that. I'm talking about Chig Okonkwo. I'm talking about Antonio Williams. Man, we're going to get into their buckets for sure. Because if this offense becomes what I think it can become, Chig ain't just a tight end. He top 5. He's a real stress point, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy who's going to punish linebackers when they step up for play action. He's the guy who's going to punish safeties when they hesitate because of JD5's legs. Him and Antonio Williams and all the other components on this roster are going to eat because Terry McLaurin going to cause so much attention. So don't forget the names. I know y'all won't. These buckets definitely start to get spicy as we get down the line. But here's the thing that makes Washington dangerous, fam. Jayden Daniels. Ben Johnson ain't never had a quarterback who would do what JD5 does, especially with his legs. That changes everything. Same system, different math, same structure, different stress packages, same bucket, but a quarterback who turns every bucket into a problem. That's what we're breaking down today. All right, bet. So let's go through these 5 core principles real quick of this offensive system. All right, now, if you've been hip to the channel, you hip to a lot of these. Let's see if you can get in with me. Number 1 is going to be heavy play action. Obviously, we talking under center, hard run fakes, freezing linebackers, attacking behind them. This is a big boy NFL offense. Hard play action. Deep drops off run action. Make the defense honor the run game and then punish their ass for it. Number 2, constant pre-snap motion. Receivers moving, tight ends shifting, orbit motion, jet motion. We spoke about those. I showed you some graphics on those. The choice was fire, by the way. This offense never lets the defense get comfortable. Every motion is designed to expose coverage. Is it man? Is it zone? Who's following? Who's not? And once you tip your hand, Holmes, the play call has a built-in answer. Straight up, love that. Number 3. Heavy tight end involvement. This is not a tight end as an afterthought. In Detroit, Sam Laporta was a primary weapon. In Chicago, Colston Loveland is already being treated as a featured piece. Multiple tight ends, motioning them, flexing them out, creating mismatches against linebackers and safeties. The tight end ain't just a blocker. He a chess piece. And when I say 12 personnel, let me put that in human speak for you. That means 2 tight ends on the field at once, 1 running back, 2 receivers, 2 tight ends. That's how you get physical without becoming predictable. All right? Now, that's how you make the defense decide, are you going to stop and try to stop the run? or you're going to play light and cover the pass. Either way, we get the information we need before the ball is snapped. Number 4, versatile skill players. Receivers can line up inside and outside. Running backs who can catch. Players who can motion and be effective from multiple spots. The offense doesn't want one-note specialists. It wants weapons who create confusion and confliction. Defense can't key on you if they don't know where you're lining up at. And number 5, the multiple running game. The multiple running game. Outside zone, cutback runs, duo. The running game is really going to be the focal point of this team. I really feel like it's going to be where Ja'Cory Crosky-Murray is going to be able to eat, where vision matters more than just raw speed. That's why the offensive line going to matter so much. And we definitely got to touch up on that because them boys are athletes and we need that up front. Who can reach block? Shout you out, Brandon Coleman. Heard some good reports about you. Shout you out. And reach block means when your lineman has to get a body across a defender and seal them off. All right, that takes feet. That takes athleticism. That's why tackles and guards that's athletic in this offense is going to matter so much. It's not about big people running into big people. It's about the choreography and the violence attached to it. And here's the goal of all 5 principles working together. Stress the defense horizontally with motion. Stress them vertically with play action. Create mismatches. Force hesitation. Make defenders wrong before they even know what the answer is. It's not random. It's all connected. It's chaos on the offense toward defense. Now let's talk about how this connects to this roster. Yes, sir. All right, so here's the meat of this breakdown. All right, this offense is built around specific personnel buckets. All right, 8 of them to be specific. Each one of these has a defined job, a specific function, and the roster is constructed to fill every bucket with the right type of player. So today we going bucket by bucket. Lions, Bears, Commanders, oh my. Side by side. I want you to watch how this Commanders roster lines up, fam, because Adam Peters did not just collect talent. He built this roster with intention. Every signing, every draft pick, every role. We about to see if Washington is up to par. Let's get right here. All right, so let's start with where it all began. The franchise quarterback himself, Lisan Al-Gaib. In Detroit, they got Jared Goff. Timing, anticipation, pocket presence, get the ball out quick, ran the play action game at an elite level. But mobility, that ain't his game. He is a pocket distributor. In Chicago, Caleb Williams definitely is more athletic than Jared Goff. He can extend plays. He can create off schedule. He can thrive in chaos. In structure, the offense is not built around design quarterback runs and stress every snap. Okay, now in Washington, let's talk about JD. Because this is where everything changes, because JD5 can give you that pocket rhythm. He give you the time and he give you the anticipation, but he adds what neither Goff nor Caleb brings at the same level, and that's elite mobility. Not just scrambling, design QB runs, perimeter stress, RPO threats, edge defenders frozen before the play even develops. And here's why this changes everything, homie. In Detroit, Ben Johnson already stressed defenses horizontally and vertically with the scheme. Motion stressed them horizontally, play action stressed them vertically. Now you add a quarterback who can stress them as well. That's 3 dimensions of stress. And defensive coordinators can barely handle 2. Blough was going to be able to build more under center work for JD5. More play action, more design keepers, more RPO elements. And the thing is, JD5 don't have to run 15 times a game. The threat is enough. The defense has to account for it every play. And when you're accounting for the quarterback's legs, pre-snap motion, play action, and a real run game, that's when the middle of the field opens up. That's when the best part of JD game come out, that arm. That's when Terry get them one-on-ones. That's when Chig Okonkwo gets to running free down the seam. That's the vision. That is the vision. So bucket 1, Washington is not just up to par. Washington got that trump card. We got that trump card when it comes to JD5 and this quarterback shit. Now we got to move on to the next role. here. And that's none other than the chain moving wide receiver 1. the Amon-Ra St. Brown type role. The primary dog, the alpha, the target hog, the guy who gonna get you first downs on 3rd and 7, 2nd and 8, on 1st and 10. Shit. The security blanket and the alpha. In Detroit, it was Amon-Ra St. Brown. Target machine, route technician. He can win from the slide. He can win from outside, uncoverable into intermediate middle. In Chicago last year, they had DJ Moore. Different type of body, bigger, more physical, big, but same idea. Primary target and chain mover. I think that's what they're thinking about Luther Burton III this year in Chicago. That's the guy that Kayla's gonna be looking for when the play has to be made. In Washington, you know who we got. We got Scary Terry. And look, fam, I don't need to tell you about him. Undisputed alpha, wins contested, wins deep, wins intermediate, speed, route running aficionado, best receiver we done had in decades. In this system, though, oh my God, Terry McLaurin, David Blough already said it, 10 plus targets a game. Terry's role gets defined even more. He's gonna get schemed wide open. Not just winning on pure talent, but winning on the motion and play action created. The matchups before the ball is even snapped, son. Getting too hype. Calm down. Terry has always had to earn his targets, man, against double teams and bracket coverage. In this system, man, the scheme is going to create one-on-ones, advantageous opportunities for Terry McLaurin. Terry has to just win them, and he's going to win his fair share. He's going to win his fair share, and that's a real thing. But here's what I love about this roster construction right here, young. Antonio Williams, the Commanders themselves compared to the Amon-Ra St. Brown. Same build, same versatility, same route running nuance. And when Terry needs a breather or when Blough wants to motion Terry and create confusion, Williams can slide into this role in packages. He's not Amon-Ra yet, but the blueprint is there. Quality rotational support behind your alpha dog. That's how you sustain drives. That's how you win December and January. So bucket 2, Washington is absolutely up to par. Now let's get to bucket 3, shall we? Now this is the Jameson Williams role, Commander Nation. Now I get it. You see Treylon Burks on here, you're like, man, Terry is the Jameson Williams role. He's the vertical stretcher. Yes, he is. Terry's elite like that. Terry can do it all. But the speed stretcher who forces the safety to stay deep. In Detroit, again, I said it with Jameson Williams. Speed, go balls, post, deep overs. When the play action freezes the safety, Jameson is gone. In Chicago, they have Rome Odunze, a bigger body, vertical threat, contested catch, great route runner, wins outside numbers. In Washington, we got a little bit of a Ginsu blade a little bit. We got a little bit of a question mark as well. 6'2", big body, first round pedigree. I've been honest about Burks in my last video. Did not work out in Tennessee. Got way more to prove than anybody else in this wide receiver room. But this role could be perfect for him. Jump balls, go balls, post, deep overs. Use the size and catch radius to win downfield. Again, work on that route running and be more nuanced. When defenses are stressed horizontally by motion and vertical, by the play action pass, Burks does not need to be a 100-catch guy. That is not what he has to be. He just needs to be able to punish one-on-one coverage. And here's where the depth pieces come in at, young. Antonio Williams can stretch the field. You got UDFAs like Chris Hilton Jr. You got Jaden Bradley. You got then you got guys like De'Ami Brown, who's actually on the roster. You got Jaden Lane, who can fly. Man, shit, you got Luke McCaffrey that can get down the field. Shit, man, what? This bucket got options. Shit, Chig Okonkwo. You know what I'm saying? We got options, not just one guy, but multiple players. Again, remember what I said about the 5 core principles of this offense. You need versatility, and we got that shit in spades. Multiple players who can take the top off of defense. We might not be thinking about them that way, but if it's schemed up the right way, it can make it work. So bucket 3, we ain't proven yet. In bucket 3, but the tools are there. So this is a projection bucket, and the projection buckets are where seasons gets interesting. Can't wait. Now let me get into my favorite bucket right now. And that's that slot motion yak demon. Because this bucket is different in Washington. In Detroit and Chicago, the slot and motion man was more consolidated. One primary guy doing a lot of work. But in Washington, David Blough got multiple options who can fill this role. And that's by design. And I'm going to just list off players and name them a little bit, but I ain't doing them in no particular order. Jayden Lane, he think about Jayden Lane, as fast as he is. And once he understands how to sink them hips in certain routes and being able to get in and out of his breaks using them quick feet, he going to be a dog. Jet motion, orbit motions, making the defense declare coverage before the snap. When he's not motioning, because he's not a smallish guy. Quick slants, quick out screens, get him out of there on you. Get the ball in space and go create. Horizontal stress, that's going to be your game. You got Luke McCaffrey, high IQ, hybrid slot. And the only reason why I say high IQ because he was a former quarterback. So I feel like once he put all the wide receiver tools together, he going to be a problem because he understands route concepts, body control, leverage, can motion, can run option routes, can sit in zones, can find a soft spot. Don't forget his production on the special teams. All of that run after catch ability, you see it on his kickoff returns. McCaffrey is a guy who can be open because he understands where open space is supposed to appear. Now let's not fake, because you got Treylon Burks you could put in the slot. That's the heavy slot, the big slot guy. You got Antonio Williams, obviously, the Swiss Army knife. What are we doing here? I'm just saying David Blough got too many weapons. Never. This game is genius, man. The point is that every player is not locked into one spot, bro. The point is that the defense can't tell where the offense is doing based on who's going to be on the field. That's the whole game. If Antonio Williams can line up outside, motion inside, run a quick slant, run a deep over, or take a screen, that's stress. If Treylon Burks can line up as a big slot and run across a formation against a nickel corner, that's stress. If Luke McCaffrey can motion, sit in zones, and become that outlet, that's stress. Shit, you could put Chig Okonkwo in this slot position. That's stress. Jayden Lane, stress. Now, David Blough. You got to do what you got to do. You got to make sure it's not random movement. You got to make sure it's information gathering movement. And I know that's what you want. That's how you manipulate. That's the offense asking the defense a question before the play even starts, and the defense answers wrong. JD5 make that ass pay. But Antonio Williams is the key here. Slot, outside motion, quick game, vertical yak. Bruh's a Swiss Army knife. And when you motion him outside to the slot, defense is going to have to communicate instantly. If they don't, you're going to find him for 15 and a whole lot more. Treylon Burks is a big slot. That's a problem for nickel corners. Too big for small corners. Too fast for some linebackers. De'Ami Brown got the connection with JD already. He can play slot and outside. This bucket is jaw-loaded. Commander Nation, the horizontal stress this group can create, combined with JD5's legs, oh my God. Combined with play action, oh my God again. Defensive coordinators are going to have nightmares. So bucket number 4, this might be the sneaky bucket that make the whole offense go whole time on me. Now let's get to this joint, because I had to combine these two buckets because they work hand in hand. The move tight end and the inline tight end. The weapon and the enforcer. In Detroit, they had Sam Laporta. That was their move tight end. Motion, seams, yak, big plays. Listen, they had Brock Wright. That was their inline guy. Blocker, dirty work guy, the unsung hero. In Chicago, first-round talent, Colston Loveland is their move tight end. Already a feature piece. In Washington, son, we got options. But our move tight end is none other than Chig Okonkwo. Straight up. And this is how it goes, young. I did the Chig Okonkwo breakdown a little while ago. If you missed it, please go check that one out, young, after this video. But the short version, Chig Okonkwo is the Laporta archetype in this offense. Motion, seams, run out the catch, big plays down the middle. And with 12 personnel usage going up, remember, that's when 2 tight ends on the field at once. Chig gonna eat, man. Because when defenses are stressed by motion, by play action, by the run game, and by 5's legs, the middle of the field gonna be wide open, homie. And Chig Okonkwo running free down the seam is gonna be a nightmare, and that's gonna be 6 waiting to happen. Chig ain't the only one. Ben Sinnott can flex into that H-back role. Inline, motion, flexed out, big slot, Kyle Juszczyk type usage. He creates mismatches and can play between buckets 5 and 6. Because bucket 6 is your inline tight end. That's your John Bates, your elite inline blocker. Anchors 12 and 13 personnel, does the dirty work that makes everything else possible. You don't have a run game without this guy. You don't have play action without the threat of the run. John Bates makes his offense believable. And Ben Sinnott can slide into that role too. 2 tight ends who can catch, 1 who can block. And I really feel like John Bates is like, y'all gonna have to put some reverence on my name. I'm about to show y'all something this year. I'm finna catch 20 passes this year. John Bates, go catch 20 passes this year. Do that. Because that's how you build a tight end room in this system, young. That's how you build a tight end room in this system, man. So bucket 5 and 6, we got real answers. And Chig might be the one that flips the whole damn board. Bucket 7 and 8. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed, son. Let's talk about this backfield. Because this is where this system has been historically nasty. In Detroit, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Sonic and Knuckles. Do I need to say more? In Chicago, they had DeAndre Swift as their receiving back. They have Rashawn Johnson as a power complement. Now in Washington, we got a lot of options. We got 3 backs with 3 rows. Right off the bat. Versatile pass catching back who can block. That's Rachaad White. He can run too. 1,500 all-purpose yards in his 2023 season. One of them, 2023 or 2024, one of the two. Pick it which one. Whatever year Bucky Irvin wasn't there. Because once Bucky Irvin came in, he took his lunch. You know what I'm saying? But good, that's good of us. Rachaad White. 3rd down back in his offense, young. Stays in. He's a protector. He's going to protect 5, man. That's your job. He's going to be able to run routes, turn check downs into chunk plays, and this is critical. The check down is not a failure. It's a weapon. When defenses cover the deep routes and the intermediate routes, you dump it to the back. And Rachaad White in space, bye-bye. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It's a problem for linebackers. Then you got Bill, who also can slot in some of this pass-catching role. You heard what Dan Quinn said. I want to see Jacory out there getting some pass-catching abilities, showing that out. Because you got the vision in space. Show off that receiving ability. You got the cutback field. Turn up, man. Turn up, Bill. I know you ain't been out there publicly, you know what I'm saying, at practice. I bet you he probably been practicing when ain't nobody there. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. The man had 800 yards on limited duty last year. Easy 1,000-yard back. Easy. They was playing with that man. But he also did not play the season prior in college. So you just got to think about the wear and tear that could potentially be on that man's body and what they trying to avoid him having to do. Because he ain't really need to do nothing for real until training camp for real. That's when running backs really matter. But let's get to bucket 8 because this one is a fan favorite now. Kaytron Allen. Penn State all-time leader, the thumper. Between the tackles, falling forward, short yardage, goal line. Being able to run through Bammers. Oh, my God. A guy who makes defenses tired in the 4th quarter. He's going to be a murderous row, bro. Murderous row. Once we get the lead, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be leaning on teams. Here's a twist, young. Jacory Krosky-Merritt is definitely projected to get the most carries. Vision, cutback ability. Got the zone fit. The lead back who can handle the majority of the touches. So the rotation should look like this, in my eyes. You got Bill as a lead. You got Allen as a power hammer. And you got Rachaad White as a 3rd down weapon. 3 backs, 3 rows. And if the Lions taught us anything, fam, you need multiple backs in this system. Fresh legs matter. December matters. January matters. But look, Commander Nation. These 3 are only as dangerous as the space that they are going to be given. So you have all the buckets filled. You have the roles mapped. You can have the motion. You can have the play action. You know what I'm saying? You can have the tight end. You can have JD5 with the cape on sometimes. But if the offensive line can't move bodies, the system gets stuck in mud. So to understand if this offense actually works, we got to look at the guys up front. Because Ben Johnson's system, David Blough's system is not going to be built on vibes. It's going to be built on displacement of human bodies. It's going to be built on angles. It's going to be built on making defensive linemen move where they don't want to move against their will. So the offensive line is a swing factor. because you know somebody got a block with all that motion, all that play action, all the 2 tight end looks we talking about, the cutback lanes. They only matter if the offensive line can move people, if you can be man movers. And this is why the offensive line is a swing factor. Not because the skill positions are not exciting. They are. The skill positions are very exciting this year. But because this offense only becomes dangerous if the big fellas can give it the oxygen it needs. What does Jayden Daniels do when he has a clear pocket? Lord. Y'all should look that up. But left tackle Laramie Tunsil, you know what he is. Big vet, big athleticism, big reach outside on something. Man, he's the man. He's the anchor, all right? Protects JD5's blind side, and he's the freshest offensive lineman I know. Shit. I'm finna go get some fits. You got Brandon Coleman, who caught a couple shout-outs yesterday on the OTA breakdowns. Movement skills, power development, a young piece with real upside at that guard spot. Then you got Alec Greedy, the middle of the operation. He seems very excited about this opportunity in his presser. The call, the communication, the leadership, the interior toughness. If the center spot is stable, the whole offense is going to breathe so much better, dog. So really a lot of this lands on the interior cohesion. Because then you got Sam Cosmi, who was also coming off of a little nicked up situation, you know what I'm saying? Physical, athletic, nasty dude, all pro type though. Type of guy who actually thrives in this movement-based run game. You got 2 guards that's going to thrive in that. You got a tackle, you got 2 tackles going to thrive in that because you got a young dog, Josh Connolly, who got the movement skills, who got the reachability, can get to the second level, damn near the third level if you need him to. That matters in outside zone, that matters in inside zone, that matters on any kind of run play we talking about. I don't care what it is. Now here's my honest take, Commander Nation. Our tackles, athletic profiles out of this world. They basically skill players. They basically basketball players out there. I love the fit. I'm talking about the quarterback, already special because he know he good. But the interior offensive line is always going to be where I'm looking because the worst pressure a quarterback can have is right in his lap. So that's the biggest question mark on this entire offense to me, is the interior cohesion, communication. The depth, honestly, is very important. If this group gels in camp like I need them to, this offense is going to be dangerous coming out the gates, man. If there's a weak link inside, that's where the pressure going to come from. I'm looking at you, Brandon Coleman. I'm looking at you, Nick Allegretti. That's where play action gets disrupted at, man. That's the one area you got to be watching very, very closely in training camp and in mini camp and in preseason and to start the season. Because everything else, the skill positions, the quarterback, the scheme, man, they got me ready to go. But the O-line, who was very good last year, that's where you go from top 10 offense to top 5 offense. Or you go from top 5 to top 10 offense to bottom 20, 21st, 24th type shit. Ugh. Now, Commander Nation, here's something important I need y'all to understand. David Blough was not copying Ben Johnson's playbook and running it in Washington. He's adapting it. He's adapting, okay? And on this roster, let me close myself down so y'all can see this little joint because I like this little graphic here. So, like, to this quarterback, again, more under center work, more play action, heavy receiver motion, increased 12 personnel. Design touches for Terry. Using JD5 legs as a threat, not as the be-all to end-all. Okay? This is not Cliff Kingsbury air raid, young. This is balanced, physical, motion heavy, multiple tight ends, multiple backs, multiple receivers, play action that actually threatens the defense because the run game is going to do what the run game need to do. Not to say that Cliff's run game was not like that, because it was. But Cliff's offense was about spacing. Spread them out, find open man. Quick game. You know what I'm saying? Blough's offense is about manipulation, move them pre-snap, freeze them with play action, stress them with the personnel. And then when the defense makes a mistake, because they will, JD5 make them pay. And that's a difference, fam. Cliff's offense asked JD5 to be a point guard, which he was fine doing, excelled at it. Blough's offense is going to ask JD5 to be a field general, a la Peyton Manning, a la Tom Brady. Different acts, different job, different level of responsibility, if you ask me. Under center play action, RPO, design runs, deep shots. That's the full toolbox for your man 5. That's the evolution. That's the vision. Now, let me put some names on my predictions, because you know I got to get to this bold prediction stuff, man. You know how we do on this channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull myself back into the view. Get with me, you know. Let me slide myself over just a little bit. All right, check me out. Because if this system clicks the way I think it can, and I think it will, and I hope it will, the hopium is at an all-time high. Here's what we're going to see. Prediction number 1. Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry is going to have another career-type year, akin to 2024. Targets, yards, touchdowns. More schemed on one-on-ones, more free access, more free lunch, more middle of the field answers. Terry's going to win one-on-ones, and that's not debatable. Argue with your mama. Prediction number 2. Chig Okonkwo and Ben Sinnott become legitimate tight end problems. I know Chig already going to be one, but defenses cannot cover both. One of them is going to become a red zone weapon in this offense, and you already know Chig going to score his tuds. But if Ben Sinnott can somehow, and I'm rooting for the guy, run it up, my God, give me 5 tuds, man. Give me 5 of them. Defenses can't cover both. I'm going to keep saying that, man. I'm going to keep saying that. And oh my God. Don't let John Bates chip in with another. Okay, come on now. We're getting a little too excited. Prediction number 3. The slot and the motion group's going to become the hidden engine. I'm talking about your 3 third-round wide receivers, Jayden Lane, Luke McCaffrey, Antonio Williams. I'm talking about the Treylon Burks. That group is going to create consistent, constant stress. Defense is going to be tired of communicating by the fourth quarter. Very important. Prediction 4. Bill leads the team in rushing. Kaytron Allen handles short yards and goal line. Rachaad White dominates third down. A true 3-headed backfield. Can't wait to see it. Love to see that. Fresh legs. Prediction number 5. Treylon Burks and Antonio Williams give this offense 2 different types of vertical answers. Burks with size and contested catches. Williams with separation, speed, and motion flexibility. Defense can't take away everything. And the biggest question mark is going to be the interior offensive line. If that group holds up, this is the top 5 offense. If it really gels, top 5. Oh, top 1. If we get BA, top 1, argue with your mama. Okay. So now we got to go back to the question from the very, very beginning of the video. Is this Washington roster up to par? And after walking through every bucket, I think the answer is yes. But with the warning label, the skill talent fits. The quarterback. Let me close myself down so y'all can see it all. The quarterback raising the ceiling. The tight end room giving you flexibility. The backfield with all the different roles that they're going to have. The receiver room with all the answers that they're going to have. More answers than people think. But the offensive line is going to decide how good this offense really can be. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the offensive line. That's what it comes down to. That's why they are the swing factor. That's the whole thing, young. Detroit had the system. Chicago has the coach. Okay. Now we find out this roster is ready to cash that check in. Washington, you already got the quarterback that could change the math. So drop your boldest predictions in the comments. Which bucket is strongest to you? Which bucket has you nervous? And who is your breakout piece in this new offense? Chig, Antonio Williams, Treylon Burks, Rachaad White? Or is JD5 about to turn a whole board upside down on their head? MVP him. And you already know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button if you new. Notifications bells on, because you know we ready for training camp. We ready. And if you don't know the motto by now, here it go one more time. Hell raise is what we do. Raise hell on me, raise hell on 3. We out here, man.